We're gonna start in standard side control, okay? One of the main differences is gonna be you have your standard jiu-jitsu side control where we're under the head, we're under the arm, we're having connected hands. That's awesome. We're gonna do this a little bit different. I'm gonna have each 4 of his wedges, his hips and his shoulders contained, my knees and my elbows here, right? So if they're a little bit bigger than I am, I'm not gonna stay and like stay pinched down close to their hips, right? It's the strongest part of his body, right? At the very least, I'm gonna start getting off to like the 45-degree angle near his shoulder and his head, right? Even at this point, I'll take this like hand that was over across here and switch sides and start to wedge underneath the hip on this side. I'll even use my hand to like wedge under his butt and like extend my arm to get his hips going that way. So I'm not like fully committed to north-south yet, committed to this full connection this way. I'm kind of in this no man's land off to this 45-degree angle off of his shoulder here. Okay, so going from here, kind of building the cage, I feel like I need to get away from his hips. He's gonna start to explode and kind of get me away from him here. I can switch off, right, and switch to this 45 if I need to. I can drop my hip even and control his head and make him look further away. Okay, so I have that good chest-on-chest connection. Not quite in north-south, not quite in side control. Right. And again, this is one of the reasons like I'm not a huge fan, or like I'll use it sparingly, like to really commit here. I can't move on to other things, and like if he starts rolling and stuff, he can basically give me a hug and doing it now I'm like attack. Right? So I kind of like just having things be independent and kind of being able to respond independently to things, right? But when it comes into like north-south or moving a little bit, like I definitely like having a little bit of freedom. So if I'm here and I start trying to like move up, his body's gonna kind of kink up and get in the way of things. So a lot of times, like especially with like a decent grappler, their frames are gonna be in anyway. But even here, like I can start to like push those down and feed those in, so it's much easier to gain access with my hips like his head. But that frame is what was keeping that intact, getting actual contact with his body that way. If I can start to kind of short sell that and make that not work for him anymore, I'm happy. Right? I have a way of trap between us. It's not required, right? But I have my hips starting to go above the leg now. Right? If you've done KCC, we'll talk about like wedge 1, wedge 2, and wedge 3. It's very similar in like a concept. Right? But still doing very similar things with my hips too. I have active toes and I'm starting to work around until I can have contact with my hip and get it on his head. Okay, we're not gonna go like full on like dropping my hip on his head, crack or anything, but we're here and we're moving up almost like this kind of 45-degree angle off of his shoulder. Right? We're here like in side control. Here, I'm gonna kind of like split the middle, kind of come off towards like the shoulder this way, and hang out. I like this like 45-degree spot. I can move back into standard side control. I can move on to like deeper north-south or the other side if I need to. Right? But I have a little more freedom working from like this angle this way. Okay, so we're gonna work just from our side control here, here. We're gonna kind of work this arm down with the hips and wiggle it down to the point where I can start changing my angle. Now here, my arm feels a little kinked up. Switch off. Right, so I have my 4 points of control still. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a slightly different tilt. Okay. So I'm not dead to right like spine in alignment yet. I'm kind of off into this mid-range or this like mid-wedge over here. Okay, so let's go from side control to like 45. And we'll keep working. Cool. 1 minute.